Every time I close my eyes, I think of you. Can't get you out of my head. Every time I go asleep at night, can't get you out of my head. I walked down the street yesterday and saw your face. Just couldn't thank you what you did for me. 'Cause you took my heart, you were my first love. Now I can't even sleep at night tonight. 'Cause every time I got you in my head, I can't close my eyes for a second. I can't do it no more. Just can't go without you tonight. Every time I close my eyes, I think of you. I think about all the things we did. 'Cause every time I think of you, I drive myself insane. Just closing my eyes, thinking about you. And I can't do is just come and see me. I'm killing over 'cause I can't stop thinking about you. Can't do it no more. Get over here tonight, so I can hold you in my arms one more time. 'Cause every time I think of the times we spent, I can't get over those times. Every time I dream, I see your face at me, and I can't do it no more. Blues going on, can't stop this girl. Just chillin', thinking about blues. Rock and roll pictures, rock and roll music. Can't stop jamming out to radio. AC/DC on the radio. AC/DC on the radio. Jamming out to Kiss. Jamming out to AC/DC, jamming out to Kiss. Can't go tonight. Got the rock and blues, got the rock and roll blues, got the rock and roll blues, yeah. Jamming out to the radio, jamming out to the radio. Rock and roll bluesing on down the street. Got the blues rocking down the street. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Jamming down the street with my old radio. What? viewers, I'm sorry it's not a gameplay of Dying Light tonight. I will be playing Black Ops, I will be playing that, I'll be playing the updated DLC. I had somebody recent really get under my skin and really upset me, because I'll give you the layout. I served in Afghanistan when I was 16 till I was about 20. I'm 22 now. Okay, I've seen shit that'll make most of you piss to bed at night, okay? Let's put it that way. I've seen shit that would spook the hell out of you. And this certain person said that he's seen more messed up shit in his life, okay? A lot more messed up shit. And it all started when I was sitting there, I muted my mic, I was just playing some gameplay of some freaking Dying Light, just hanging out with my friends, you know, chilling. And he started talking shit in the background. Now, you know, it was probably my fault, but I heard him. And I couldn't hear nobody else, that's why I thought it was pertaining to me, and I still think it does. And it's like, because I was talking to my friend, his younger brother, Tristan. And he came on the mic, and he was talking to somebody else, I think. And what he said, it set me off. And then after I said that, he said, I'll talk to you however I fucking want. I don't have to fucking do what you say. And I said, hold up. You ain't gonna talk to me how the fuck you want. I'm a grown-ass man. You a fucking kid to me. And he's like, bitch, I've seen shit, more shit than you've seen in your entire life. He's probably only fucking 16. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna calm down. And he kept on talking. So what I did, is what happened. I told him, you ain't gonna talk to me the way you want to, because I'm a grown-ass man. And if I wanted to, I could show you so many fucked up things. And do so many fucked up things to you that you couldn't wrap your head around. I know more shit than most people. Like, in real life, my hands are legalized as a deadly weapon. And I watched my best friend, rest in peace, Jason, man. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Watch my friend, Jason Santiago, bleed out of my arms. Right there. Behind a fucking barrier because he had got shot in the fucking chest by a sniper. And I told him, man, I have you ever fucking watched your best friend die in your arms, bleed out? Have you ever seen shit that literally make you piss to bed at night every time you go to sleep? You see it over and over again. I see a therapist for this because I have PTSD. At a young age, I've seen shit. Because back when I was younger, your parents could sign you up for the fucking Marines, military, army. Couldn't go to the Navy because you would be too young. But the Marines, the military, the army, you could sign up at 16. Your parents would have to okay it though. I went to boot camp, graduated. By the time I was 17, I was overseas. I've seen shit that literally would make you cry. You piss yourself, shit yourself, just not want to witness that ever again. And I told him this. And he's sitting there telling me he don't give a shit. And I swear I kind of got offended because I've had friends that's died overseas. More recently, a friend of mine died overseas, and I actually got his flag because his father and mother is dead, and I was the only family he had left. And they knew I was his family. I've known this cat since I was young. Like, I was back when I was 3-4 years old. Me and him were just babies. We were 3-year-old babies, but still, my family took him in because his family, his mother, his father, and his sister, when my mom was babysitting him one night, they actually got ran off the road on a bridge, and they died upon impact of the bridge going off. And my family was the only thing they had left. And when he finally became of age, my mom told him and then told me. Me and him cried ourselves to sleep because at that age, when you're like 12 and you get told something like that, your parents died, I couldn't possibly understand what he was going through. But personally, I felt like my aunt and uncle, or my second family died, because I grew up with the kid. Was going into a breach, and they were breaching a building to see if there was any hostiles in it. And when they opened the door, the bomb went off. His whole platoon died that day, including him. And I was overseas at the time, but I was at one of our camps when this supposedly happened, and I was about to be released that day because, this is back. It's just hard to know your best friend you've known your whole life is just gone. I was at his funeral. There was no body, it was just an empty casket. And I'm looking at that casket and I couldn't cry, and I don't know why. I wanted to cry so bad. I was so upset. When people like that say shit like that, I find it disrespectful because you have no idea what a soldiers face over there. I still consider myself a soldier, even though I'm not serving and I'm discharged. And I served my 4 years overseas. You don't understand what we go through. You don't understand what we've seen, what even that you could possibly imagine. I've seen 3 of my platoon members get their fucking heads, their legs, their chest, their arms shot at and die. The most horrific platoon member which Kenny, he was young. He was younger than our sergeant, and our sergeant was like 28, and he was about almost the same age as me. We were turning a corner. I got shot in the shoulder by one of the hostiles that's coming around the corner. He didn't even know we were there until he saw me. And he screamed. He shot me in the shoulder. I hit the ground. And before Kenny could realize what was going on, he had his fucking head blown the fuck off. A fucking sniper. Just watching, and this all happens in slow motion as I'm falling to the ground. I'm watching my friend Kenny just get his head's gone. I'm bleeding on the ground. I'm getting drugged back. I'm screaming, we gotta go back for Kenny. We gotta go back for Kenny. We can't leave him there. We can't leave him there. I'm just screaming constantly. We gotta go back for Kenny. We can't leave him there. We can't leave him there. No man left behind. No man left behind. That's what we serve. That's what we freaking go by. There's no man left behind. I couldn't leave his body there. I'm screaming. By the time they put me in the Jeep, it was so bad. We were so much gunfire. There were so many freaking hostiles in one area. We couldn't go back for Kenny. We left him there. We left him lying on the fucking ground. We couldn't do shit. I had to go. You don't realize what we go through for you fucking people. You do not realize what we see, what we sacrifice. You have no fucking clue. Every time I close my eyes to sleep, I can't sleep. You wanna know why? Because every time I close my eyes, I see all the soldiers that died in front of my eyes. I see all the fucking people. All my friends. All my freaking platoon that had died. I see their lives. I see it over and over again every time I go to sleep. And I tell my therapist this, but they, in all honesty, they can't help. They can try to give you the medicine. They can try to counsel you. They can try to do so much. But it doesn't help. It doesn't get rid of the fact that you've seen more shit than that fucking therapist could even comprehend. You do not. The thing you need to consider before you even open your fucking mouths. Thank God that you live in a fucking country and soldiers have died and given their lives up for your freedom. You know what they do to people in Afghanistan? Not us, but the other side. To people that talk bad about their soldiers, talk bad about their country, their flag. There's no, you have your own opinion. There's no, he didn't know. It's, you're lined up in a line. Boom. You're gone. You're dead. They blow your head off with a fucking AK. Or they shoot you. Here's how it does. Because I watched them before we went in, because there were so many soldiers in one place. We watched them. We couldn't do really nothing. Watched them line up these traitors and gun them down. There wasn't, hi, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. It was ready, fire, and they're dead. See, if this country was like that, you'd be scared to go to sleep at night. You'd be scared because, see, this country now, every day, every year, be lucky you live in a free country. Be lucky that you don't have to see what I've seen. Be lucky you have that choice, that you can either serve or you don't want to. Because back when Abe Lincoln was, there was no, oh, I don't want to serve. If you got your name called, you went. See, now, you don't have to do that. You can choose. You have your freedom. You have a choice on what you want to do. See, they don't have that over in Afghanistan. Those kids, I've seen 6-year-old kids walking around, or grown adults carrying a freaking AK-47, a freaking landmine, a freaking trip mines, everything. I've seen kids walking around with fucking rocket launchers, RPGs. And you think when they look at you, they're gonna go, candy? No. It's bye-bye. Or you're dead. You have the right to serve. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That's what the God-given right. If you could, you cry yourself sleep at night, just wishing God would take it away. Which I do every night. Praying to God to take my pain away. Because it's hard. It really is hard. And this is all I gotta say. Be thankful. Be thankful that you don't have to. Just be thankful. And the reason I'm saying is because People need to respect what we do overseas. And nowadays people are calling us terrorists, traitors, because we're fighting for your freedom. People don't get this. And I want us to get respect that we deserve and not to be called traitors. Because we're not traitors. We're not. You know, we say Semper Fi all the time. It's because we're proud of what we do. We're proud to serve this country. We're proud to keep y'all free. That's why we say it. And a lot of Marines consider themselves badasses. I didn't. I was just proud to serve and help people. Help you to be free. They call us jarheads because we're hard-headed, and only hard-headed people go to the Marines. Which, there was a lot of hard-headers in my platoon. This is why I'm saying. The reason I'm saying all this is because I want more youth to understand what's going on over there. What I've seen. And what they're still doing. And what I have done. I want people to realize that we're not traitors. We're not monsters. We're not evil. We're human beings just like you. We serve. That's why police officers say we serve to protect. Because they do. Did you know half of law enforcement is retired veterans? Or people that have served overseas? My uncle was a veteran. He served in Vietnam. My grandpa served in Vietnam. My uncle served in Afghanistan like I did. I was a baby at the time when he enrolled. He was 17 when he served. My grandma really didn't want him to go, but it's what he wanted to do. He was proud of this country, and now every time he wakes up, he turns on the news and he's like, wow, these are the people I fought to protect. The ones that are calling me traitors and a monster. That's why I think every time I turn on television I hear that. There was a guy they made a movie about called American Sniper. One of my family members actually served when he was serving, but never met him. Chris Kyle. The American Sniper. I still, when I was serving, I heard so many stories about him. When I was leaving. Like, yo, did you ever see the new movie they made about the American Sniper? It's like, no. Yeah, this guy Chris Kyle, he's a legend. That's what they called him. A legend. He never called himself that, though. When I seen the movie and actually seen the interview, he never called himself a legend. He was just proud to serve this country he held dear. Just like we're trying to do and what soldiers are still doing and what I tried to do, but it seems like the youth of America is gone to shit. It just seems like everything we fight for, everything we've done and are still doing, we don't want the credit, but we want, respect. If you ever see a retired veteran, or you sense he's a retired veteran, ask them. If they say yes, you walk up to them, you shake their hand, you give them a hug and say, thank you, I appreciate your service and what you are doing. Don't walk by them. Because 70% of homeless community is retired veterans. And I'm not one of those people that's going to go into government because I got fucked in the government once, but it had nothing to do with the Marines. But I never had that problem. But some of the Marines are having a problem with getting help for PTSD like I have. Every time we close our eyes at nights, we see everything. If you ever get a chance, and I'm gonna end the broadcast, look up a song by Five Finger Death Punch called Wrong Side of Heaven. Watch the official music video for it. And you'll realize how much shit we go through and what happens when we come out. I was lucky enough to have a family to bring me in. My family that loves me. And this goes out to those retired veterans and people that are serving if you're watching this video. This is what I got to say to you. Call those numbers on that video. They can help. I'm hard-headed. I went to them. I felt like they couldn't help. But maybe they can help you. Call those numbers on the Five Finger Death Punch. They can help you. They couldn't help me, but maybe you have a chance. So, I I appreciate y'all listening. And remember, don't hate us. Because all we're trying to do is help you. And try to make this country as free as possible.